Meditation is not what you think it is. Now, I'm talking in the sense of work, improving just general life and productivity. I'm not talking about the spiritual meditation. In that case, that would be very deep and something that I would not be qualified enough to talk about. But talking about meditation in the sense of just productivity and improving work, I don't see it as a to do, a have to in the morning. I don't see it as part of a routine. I see it as a preparation for the work that I'm going to do later on. So basically, what meditation does is it brings into awareness, into foreground, your subconscious, your unconscious thoughts. Most of the times, these thoughts are not serving you and they're just distraction. They're leaking your energy from what could be gone into the actual work that progresses you towards your goal, right? And when you sit in meditation for 10 minutes before work in the morning, before you actually carry out any other routine, it sets your mind up to be aware of the distractions, because if you're not aware, you're just gonna give in. That's just how humans operate. You're just gonna give in if you don't know about it, right? But when you set a 10 minute, a 15 minute, a 20-minute meditation session in the morning and before work, what you're basically doing is you're learning to become aware of the thoughts. You're learning to determine, you're learning to conclude if those thoughts progress you towards your goal or they don't. And you don't have to think about it. If you just become aware, you will know. And if there are distractions, you can just let it go. And meditation session for 10-15 minutes becomes a preparation session so that you don't lose focus during your actual work session. So that you can stay stuck doing the work rather than think about 5 different ways of doing this better. Because trust me, most of the time, what you're doing right now is sufficiently good enough to move you forward. If you were to think about 5 different ways of doing this same activity better, then you're wasting time thinking about that different thing that's different from work. You're thinking about how to do work better, that's actually not part of the work. So you're actually staying stuck and you're leaking your energy to different things that are not productive to you right now, right? If you do want to think about 5 different ways to improve your work, then set a different session, like plan it. If you don't plan it, then it's just another distraction that you're giving in, and it becomes another way of procrastination, right? So meditation is a preparation for the work that you're going to do later on, so that you don't lose focus. So that the time you spend, let's say you spend 2 hours of solid work, all of that 2 hours is going into actual work rather than 50% into distractions and 50% into half work. So actually you're spending 25% of the time doing actual work, 75% just leaking your energy. Yeah.